Welcome back to Localite. We are talking with Columbia Gorge Organic Juice today, and I've got Jimmy and Ronnie, and they are the sons of Cheryl. And we had Cheryl on the first segment, and what a joy that woman is. Love her. I guess you guys do too. She's mom, huh?
Thank you, yeah.
And you guys are kind of, like, when your mom and dad moved up to the Columbia Gorge in '75, that it was to get out into the country, become orchardists from the dry cleaning business, still kind of trying to figure that transition out. But they weren't planning on doing the juicing. And you guys kind of went off to school, did your thing, and then sort of decided maybe coming back and getting into juicing or getting into the farming was something you wanted to do. But how did the juicing actually come about?
Well, in the last segment, my mom said the number 3 juice, that fruit that went out the back door. So we had a lot of, in the early years, going organic, we had a lot of processor grade fruit. So we needed something to do with it. Back in those days, we had like probably over 50% coal rate because of the farming practices available for organic farming.
You say coal rate? Oh, stuff that you couldn't sell to the store to put on shelves. Got it.
Exactly.
Like juice grade, processing grade, peeler grade, that kind of grade of fruit.
Okay.
So we were looking for something to do with it. In those years, we had a can line that we used, like we canned cherries, peaches, apricots, and pears. So we had value added, I guess is what they call it. So in '94, we decided to start doing the apple juice.
And when you started doing the apple juice, because I guess everything was, you weren't able to sell it in the store, it was going out, otherwise it would go out the back door, as you put it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It was still organic and all of that, so you could actually capitalize on it.
Right.
So that's what you started doing.
Well, it was an organic line that we privately labeled for a store in Portland called Nature's at the time.
Okay.
And we came out with an apple juice, an apple pear juice, and an apple pear cherry juice. And those were the only 3 juices that we offered at that time. And then after the E. coli scare and other things that have happened in the juice, industry, we've, started labeling our own juices with our own private label, and then we just kept adding to our product line.
Yeah. So when that whole scare did happen, and I know there was another juice company that's pretty well known, and I won't bring up the name, but when that whole E. coli scare happened, your juice then was not labeled under the.
It was actually,
Columbia Gorge?
in '94 when we started, we did the private label for Nature's, and then
so it was their label basically.
It was their label, but then we did Columbia Gorge Organic Juice at that time for other retailers. So that was actually the inception of our juice company in '94, making apple juice. Okay. And then in '97 is when we had built our juice plant, and we started to want to do other things than just apple juice and the flavors that Ronnie mentioned. Then we came out with our full line of different smoothies and phytonutrients, and everything was unpasteurized at the time. So after the whole E. coli, we had to put a pasteurizer in really fast and get with the times.
And so the pasteurization process doesn't change the organic
Not at
level
all.
or anything like
Not
that?
at all.
So what exactly happens between when that fruit comes in and then you end up getting these bottles, which, by the way, I want to talk about the new bottles and where you guys are going with that here in a little bit. But what's that process like? I mean, we look at fruit trees and then we look at juices, and the whole in between is all news to most of us.
Yes. So, well, we grow, of course, our apples and pears that we use in most of our juices. Of course, carrots and that we don't grow, so we're sourcing them from other organic farms throughout the West Coast. And so we bring in all of our fresh ingredients on a weekly basis to a certain degree. A lot of ingredients we do puree from other, from farms, organic farmers, and then we will freeze off the puree, and then we can use it as we need it. So we will bring in all of these ingredients, have the amount of juice that we're making, blend it all up, prove that it tastes good, send it to the pasteurizer, and then it goes off to the filler, and then the bottle is filled. That's what we have right there.
And that's all done in-house. Like, I mean, you guys literally pick the fruit to when it gets put in the bottle, and then
to a certain degree,
out.
yes.
Our fruit that we grow on the farm, we process it ourselves. Our cullage now we pack our own fruit, which we always have had, been packing our own fruit. And so, a lot of our fruit that we grow on our farm is number 1 quality now. And so we do buy a lot of organic fruit locally to put in our juices.
Okay. And do people buy fruit from you then as well, or can you? like, can people come up and purchase?
Well, we
whole
sell
fruit?
our fresh pack fruit to
You do?
throughout the whole United States to, directly to stores or to produce, wholesalers and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then pretty much all the juice ingredients we use for our juices.
Okay. And you guys got some pretty interesting, I guess, would you call them flavors?
Flavors, yes, I guess. Yeah, we have like 30 different flavors.
Yeah,
of
you've
juices.
got like the Vitatrition, the Satisfier. I think you even have one with seaweed or something like that.
The Vita C.
The Vita C, yes.
Yeah. Where did you guys come up with these different, and what's in them that makes them different? Obviously, seaweed would make something different, but what are some of the
Well, for each
concepts
of the
that-
different juices, we have a different category. So the Vitatrition category has our Vita C, the Super Berry, the protein juices. So we kind of came up with the Vitatrition to kind of be kind of the terminology for we're not looking to put any vitamins or supplements in these that are like from a synthetic source. So it's the Vitatrition that you're getting from the fruit or from a like a spirulina or some type of supplement that you are actually adding. So that's where the Vitatrition comes in.
Okay.
From the fruit itself, the nutrients from the fruit itself is what we're trying to.
Yeah. And
strive
then
after.
them being organic in nature to start with, you're already kind of ahead of the curve.
Exactly. So it's not being grown on depleted soils and, and all that good stuff.
And you actually also, the soil, because of our, the past, the geological past history here with Mount St. Helens and all of that stuff, I think, is part of what makes the soil really good for growing fruit. Is that true?
Well, in the Hood River Valley, the soil is very fertile for even if you're a conventional farmer. So, and that has to do with possibly volcanic ash in the soil and the silt and the loam that's in the soil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and then your mom mentioned Meyer Ginger Lemonade was featured on the Today Show, or it was on a segment on the Today Show. Very exciting. And you guys also have some plans, so I want to talk about your broader distribution and what your plans are for that. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. We will be right back with more of Columbia Gorge Organic Juices. Stay with us.